Good morning, welcome to a morning review on Wednesday the 25th of February. This is Kim Watson speaking for Easy Trader. Okay, looking at the euro dollar first, and this morning we've pushed up somewhat, still tight in the range, never managed to break the lows of yesterday. We've just staying, as I say, very, very tight here. It's same old really. At the moment we've spiked up a little bit here, maybe pushed up a little bit far for the morning. It's possibly a little bit oversold. We've got the daily pivot below us at 113.29, so there's a possibility we could run down towards that. It's quite a distance at the moment, 50 pips at the moment, so maybe somewhat of an ask, but that's a possibility as we just stay in this tightish range. If we do manage to push up a little bit further, I'd still be looking at previous highs as potential resistance levels, as it seems pretty much locked into this range. The news last night from or yesterday afternoon, Janet Yellen, was pretty neutralish in a sense. It's, there's a potential of getting rid of the term patient in this statement, but then at the same time saying that doesn't mean to say they would increase interest rates imminently. So it's really a case of not everything unchanged really. So not maybe putting the euro a little bit more bullish than it was, but not in any significant way. So for now, as I say, pretty range bound, and well, some potential maybe for a retrace at the moment. Right, looking at the pound, and as you can see, this morning it's broken out of the trend that it, or range that it had been in. I still have to remain more bullish on the pound than the euro. It seems to be continuing this route towards its daily 100 at some point. Maybe it'll hit that. It's still, when you look at in the big scheme of things, it's not really rallied that much. We're looking on a weekly basis. It's coming up to that sort of weekly 21. In terms of retracement, it's pretty insignificant in the whole case of things. We haven't even, well, we just done a 23% retracement, but so it's done its sort of minimum sort of size retracement, but I err towards the upside on cable at the moment. I have to. It's putting in the sort of higher lows as it's sort of running through here, although not necessarily the most significant higher lows. And the most recent high, the previous high there wasn't most convincing because it hadn't broken the prior one, but it has now. And we've confirmed another high, so another higher low effectively. So pushing up at the moment. Targets really maybe, as I say, the daily 100 at some point. Now obviously we've already seen quite a push up through this Asian session, running into the daily R2 almost. Again, got a pivot below us. There is quite a long way from that now. It's around about 60 pips, so whilst it's a possibility, it may be quite a wait for that to occur. In terms of looking for the potential for it, maybe looking at a break of this sort of relatively steep trend line for the short side. In the main, though, I err towards the more bullish side and cable in the main. It's not to say we won't get back to this point and retest this sort of levels, but it's as I say, it certainly seems as stronger as the pairs. Okay, looking at the dollar yen, same old here. Chop. Not a lot to say here. I just find myself talking about it chopping in the tightest range. Yesterday it started pushing out in early period, but it's just pulled back within the range, and I have little to say apart from, well, possible upside target of 119.19. Everything seems to have pulled away with a bit of dollar weakness. We could see a bit of movement to the upside there. And Aussie dollar finally finishing up with the Aussie dollar. Okay, getting pretty close towards its monthly pivot there. It's got potential resistance, the daily 34, the 4-hourly 200, the same sort of moving average, effectively getting in the way there potentially. Just looks as it's a little bit overbought at this juncture. Let me just refresh this, and again we've got daily pivots untouched below, but looking for quite big retraces yet again. So whether or not we may just see one of those days where we don't get back there. 79 pips is a long way. There was some relatively good news amongst the different data that was released last night for from China or through the Asian session, sorry, from China and Australia with the employment report. Employment reports. Excuse me, 1 second. Sorry about that. It was the wage cost index, and the skill vacancies improved. There was some good numbers amongst the smallest decline in terms of construction work done, etc. So there was quite some reasonable numbers amongst it, which may have helped see the rally in the Aussie dollar there. Okay, so potential to the downside. We do, to me, look just a tad overbought at these sort of levels here into this R2. So maybe again, if we see a bit more of a correction to the downside, we could see it draw down towards that daily pivot. It just seems a long way at this juncture. So possibly the euro is the weaker pairing. Still, I would still stick with the euro as the weaker pairing. Aussie dollar seems to be holding up there at the moment, and so does cable. So, but there's sort of secondary potentials for the short side. Dollar yen maybe will push up a little bit higher, but it's just running into a lot of resistance at the moment. Okay, in terms of news today, got some important data coming out here. We've got the Janet Yellen will be testifying to a different house this time at 3 o'clock. I don't expect anything different and much of a reaction to this testifying this time. But then we got the ECB Draghi testifying at 4:30. Now this may create some sparks, and again we may see some volatility around this, particularly as he may be drawn into talking about Greece, etc. So 4:30 may be quite some volatility around that. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great day.